3 ways to be financially free for the long term?
For the long term?
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that I teach are contrary to what a lot of financial people teach. And so what happens is when I go to different financial seminars, workshops, there's always a lot of clash. So the one thing I'll tell you for sure is if you want to be financially free, the biggest thing that you can do first and foremost is you got to start doing a monthly budget. Right? If you know what's coming in, what's going out, that's the first step. Most people don't even know. Like most Americans, I kid you not, the statistics say that 76% of Americans live check to check. So right, it's horrible. So you got 300 million people living in the country. You got about 210 million living check to check. And most of it's because we don't game plan. A budget is literally, it's not you got to eat ramen noodles and be restricted. It's no, I'm making my money. I want to know what I'm doing with it this month. And I do that every month. So this month I might make $5,000. Next month I might make $2,000. But I know what I'm going to do with this money when it comes in. Right? And if life happens, a tire blows out, I just make adjustments. Right? But at least I had a plan to make adjustments versus freaking out. Right? And so that's the biggest thing. The second thing I would say is coming out of college, keep your expenses low. Because I promise you, a lot of my friends that moved back to Atlanta and they got into all these fancy apartments and got new cars, and now they're living check to check, right? Me, on the other hand, when I got my first job was in Savannah, Georgia, working for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for the government, pretty much. And being in Savannah, I was away from everyone, so it forced me to get real with my finances really quick, right? I didn't come to Atlanta and was flexing with everybody. I didn't come to Atlanta and was trying to keep up with happy hours and all these other things. It was like, here I am in Savannah. I got a roommate. I don't really like my roommate, but I'm living check to check. I got to fix this, right? So the first thing was like, let me get my finances under order. So that's if you have student loans, if you have debt, if you have any kind of credit cards or anything like that, make that your objective to, when you get out of school, pay them off as soon as possible. Everybody that I've worked with who has done that has had tremendous success, because when they do that, it's before life gets busy, right? If you get married, you can get married, you know, have kids, or kids come, a kid might just pop up, right? Life happens, you know, you might have an obligation, some family member gets sick, now you got to take care of your mom, or, you know, different things, right? So the sooner you can take care of it, the better, because you have less responsibility, right? And so that's what saved me, because I was 23, I started paying off my debts when I was 24, and then by 25 I was debt free. It's crazy, like literally, you know. Thank you, and it's crazy because I remember the next month that after I was debt free, I had an extra $1,000 just sitting in my bank account, and then the following month I was like, here, mom and dad, I'm gonna pay your mortgage this month. Like, you know, just kind of like I can do this now. I can empower my family because I don't have the debt, right? So that kind of really changed everything for me. And then so the biggest thing, the next thing is kind of live simple. The third thing I'd say is pay off your debts. Don't owe anybody money. Like, when you don't owe anybody money, it puts you in control, right? And that's why I titled my book From Paychecks to Power, because my paychecks became power. By the time I was 28, because I didn't have debt for those 3 years, I invested like $700-800 a month into my retirement stock market. By the time I was 28, 29, I had enough money in my retirement to where if I don't put another dollar in there, by the time I'm 65, it'll be $1.8 million. And I'm only 32.